Hey guys, I just want to go over how to do the Devon Larratt style riser and the Devon Larratt style pronation lift. A lot of people I see get this wrong, so I just want to go over a bunch of keys on how to get it to do it the correct way. So just to start with the riser, with the riser you're going to put the belt loop through your wrist, grab underneath, and get it so it's on your knuckle. So the middle of the martial arts belt or whatever you're using, it's going to go over the center of your knuckle like that. It's not going to go around, that's the old style. It's not going to go over there, that's the abbreviated style. If you're going for just the way that he always does it, it's going to be over the knuckle like that. And the way you're going to have your elbow, you're going to have it set in between your thigh. You're not going to have it so it's resting up like that, where you're in a solid surface. You're going to have it so it can move up and down, and you're going to start at a parallel angle. The more you start here, the more it's cheating. The more you start down, the more your riser's not engaged, your arms open. You're going to start parallel to the ground. You're going to have your riser already engaged. You're not going to be starting here and then doing that. You're going to have it already engaged, and you're doing like a static pull with it. And the way you know if you fail the riser is if you pick it up and then your riser drops as you pick it up, so it'd be like that. That's how you know you failed the lift. That, or if your arm angle just opens up. You want to maintain that static hold as you lift, like that. That would be the lift. That, or even if you go extend more, that's fine too. But I hope that helps with the riser lift. Now I'm going to move on to the pronation lift. Pronation lift is similar. With the elbow position, you're not having it down here. You're going to keep it up with your thigh. And when you start, you're going to have your pronation already locked in. You're not actively pronating. People do this a lot. You're not doing that with the pronation lift. You're already going to be in a statically locked position. Some people start a little bit above neutral, which Devon's been doing that a lot, so it's fine if you really want to go heavy. But be careful, because then you're going to end up looking like Devon, where you're just doing that. So I still, the way I do it, I like to remain parallel, because that's the way he used to always do it. So I remain parallel. It's a little bit harder because I can't begin my tippy toes, but you remain parallel. Get that pronation locked in, so you're not kicking back like that. Already locked in. Static hold, like that. It's hard for me to do it because I need to get on my tippy toes, but you're pretty much just doing the same thing as the riser. You're maintaining that static lock. You'll know you failed the lift if your hand opens up. Another way you can do it too, if it's not on the super heavier side, you can do it with a kickback wrist. So you're still keeping that lock in, but now you're kicking back the wrist. You have the wrist kicked back, and I'm kind of doing it like that. That's another way you can do it. That's supposed to mimic when you're arm wrestling and your pronation, but you got that like regrip. You're kind of kicking back with that regrip and hitting with the pronation back pressure. So that'd be a reason why you'd want to do it with the kickback. And you can do the same thing with the riser too with the kickback. Instead of doing the riser lift like that, you can do it with a kickback wrist like that. Same exact premises. When you're rising, it's like off the go. You kind of kick back and rise. Let's say it's a post against another post. First person to kick back and rise is probably going to win the regrip. So train for it as you want. Tailor it to your style. But I think that is the way you should do the lift. Because I see a lot of people getting the lift wrong. And that's just a lot of keys that I've caught on when I watch Devon or Auden do it. And yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. I'm out of breath. I'm going to do a 1 rep max on both the pronation and the riser lift, so that way you can see what that looks like. Because when people go to absolute max, they start to cheat. I'm going to try to keep my 1 rep maxes as clean as possible. Doesn't mean it's absolute 1 rep max. Maybe not. Maybe I can go up by an extra pound or so. But to me, this is a max rep, what I'm going to have to show you. So we're going to get to that. Okay, this is going to be the riser. So this is going to be an all-time PR for me. This is going to be 57.5. So I got 2.5 on the bottom. I got 2 25s here, then 1 5-pound plate. So this is going to be 57.5 pounds on the riser. If I get this, this is going to be a all-time PR for me. So 57.5 pounds. Just like that. 75 plus 2.5 pounds in the bottom. This is 75 pounds. This will be an all-time PR for me if I make this for pronation. And I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to do the classic style. I'm not going to have it resting here. I'm going to have it so it's in between here so I can move up and down, keep it at a parallel, and we'll see if I can do it. Didn't quite get it. A couple things I just wanted to show real quick is I want to talk about belt length for your martial arts belt. So for belt length, the one that I used is actually incorrect length. But I just had it set to this because this is a belt I use for a different exercise. But pretty much I want to show you. So a belt length would be if it's too long, which this one is. You know, if I was to get in like my starting position here, I wouldn't want all the slack pulled out. So I'd want it to be like that in length. So that way I can just lift. Instead, it's up here. So in order for me to get the slack out, I need to now bring it what would be probably right here. Which you can see, I have to be on my tippy toes. This is what I was talking about. Because if I go flat, then I get that extra bit of space. And then I would start more high at a higher than parallel position. So this would be incorrect belt length. So if you can, make it shorter to be the same length as down here. This is still not ideal, but this is much better. This one's a little too short, which is also why I didn't put all the weight on it. But this one, you see, if I come down here, it's almost too short. So then I have to get in like that squatting position, which you can still do, which is fine. But it might just be a little more uncomfortable, especially if you're a heavier guy or you're not as mobile. It might hurt more to get down like that. But this is essentially what we want. You see how the slack is pulled out and I'm in that static position? And then I can just do the lift just like that. Another thing I want to talk about is just, I said that, you know, for your elbow position, you want to be able to go up and down. You don't want it like planted. You want to be able to move freely like that and just find a position to lift from. You can also, if you want, to just isolate the muscle. You're not going to be able to go as heavy this way, but if you want to isolate the muscle, put it on the outside of your knee like that and then do the lift. This is going to be a little bit harder, especially if you have to bring your knees out like me. And you have to do it like this. I mean, this is a better angle. Outside of the knee. That's just another way you can do it. It's not required. Also, if anyone talks about like the back position, because if you see the 1 rep max I did, I had to kind of like squat up with it. That's fine. You can use your body and stuff like that. The main keys is you want to maintain the pronation lock or the riser lock, and you want to maintain your arm angle. That can't open at all. You can use your body to get the weight up. You know, the purpose of it isn't to statically open it like that. You're just trying to maintain that static position with the pronation or the riser, and then maintain that arm angle, and then do anything you can possible to get that weight off the ground. That's all the lift is. It's just maintaining that lock the whole time without breaking. So I just want to clarify a couple things with that. Now I just want to show what it looks like from my perspective so you can get a little bit better of an angle on the grip. So I showed you where to put your elbow on your leg. So I'm not going to show that too much. I'm just going to show strictly the hand positions. So for the riser lift, you're just going to pick the belt up, put your hand through so it's on your wrist, wrap around. Then you're going to get it so the belt is in between your knuckle right there. So like that. This is for the riser lift. You're going to statically hold your riser, get in position with the arm, and then you're just going to get here and then boom, lift it up. If you want to kick back your wrist, you can. That's it with the kickback wrist. It's kind of hard to show from this angle, but I'm just trying to show the position in the first person point of view. With your pronation, we're keeping it simple. You're just putting your thumb through like that. You're not doing any fancy wraps or nothing. You're just putting your thumb through, and you're just going to get it so it's on your hand. Well, on your hand and wrist. You don't want it so it's all on your hand like that. It's just, think of it like the strap, right? You get a little bit on the ulnar bone, and then you get it on the back part of your hand. Then, just like this would be like neutral. You're going to want the pronation lock already in. You're already locked in. You're not starting here. You're not starting neutral position. You are locking in your pronator. And then you are going to do the lift statically like that. If you want to do a kickback, you can. Just like that. Just remember, you're keeping that angle. It would break if it starts to turn over. If you lift it and you start to turn over, that's a fail. That doesn't count. And it's the same premise. You know, you can use your back, you can use your body. You just want to maintain the arm angle, and you don't want to break the static lock. That is the whole point of the lift. I hope that covers everything. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll answer them best I can. But thanks for watching.